is what happens when you let your mind get ahead of your feet.
This is episode 5 of my Isle Royale backpacking adventure, where I have a very long day on the Minong Ridge trying to reach Todd Harbor. I have lunch on the trail, literally, then arrive at the incredibly scenic Todd Harbor campground. At Todd Harbor, I'm protected by dragonflies and I get to witness another incredible sunset. I'm Donna, and this is my backpacking trip to Isle Royale National Park in Michigan. I spent 2 weeks on the island doing a solo hike from one end to the other and back again. When the last episode ended, I was hiking from McCargoe Cove to Todd Harbor. I had just made a clumsy stream crossing and decided
Should be a mile and a half from here to the campground. We're getting close.
here's how that last alleged mile and a half went.
This is a fairly steep descent. I guess that means I'm getting close. Somewhere up ahead is the junction, and then it's another half mile to the campground from the junction. I'm hoping the junction is at the bottom of this hill. The descent is gentler now, but it's still going down. So no junction yet, which is what happens when you let your mind get ahead of your feet. Turns out this may just go on forever. Guess what? Still going down. I was joking about it going on forever, but I'm starting to get worried. So the junction is not at the bottom of the downhill. I should have probably looked at a map before I got excited about being near the end. And now the trail is back to being rocky and ridgy and very, very narrow and overgrown. Okay, so I think this is still the trail. Oh yeah, I see it on the other side. Wow. Really overgrown. Still no junction. According to the map, we still have a ways to go. I got excited on the downhill over nothing, and now I get to go uphill. So, my confusion about how far I had left to go was because I read 1.5 miles from the campground was a stream. Well, I crossed the stream, so I thought I only had 1.5 miles left. And I don't know how long I've gone since then, but it's well more than 1.5 miles. And that's because it was the wrong stream. There's another stream farther ahead I haven't even gotten to yet. Well, here's the stream. So now it should be 1.5 miles. It's too sunny here to stop and eat lunch though. See if I can get across this one. Oh yeah, this one's a little better. Alright, if I can find a shady, somewhat open area, I'll stop for lunch. Otherwise, 1.5 miles I could keep going. Ouch. Maybe. Oh, but it's shady and nice up here. Guess I'm stopping for lunch. Todd Harbor campground should be 1.5 miles that way. But I've stopped and had lunch only 1.5 miles away because I was hungry. And I've set my chair up right in the middle of the trail to eat. Just past the stream where I had lunch. I've got this sign. There's nothing on this side. McCargoe Cove 6.6. Fine. And then I have this signpost that says 6. And a trail. But I think this is my trail. I don't know what the 6 is. And I tried to look on the map and it looks like maybe the main trail goes that way, but this is the way to the campground. Oh no, there's a spot here. There's a picnic table. Oh, that's 5. Okay. Am I here? I just had lunch. It's kind of funny. Normally, though, there's a campground map. And this says 4. Ouch. There's definitely a tent spot there. Picnic table, water, it's very nice. Well, there's the campground map, so those are the individual sites that I went by, and it looks like there's one shelter. Number 3 right here, which looks empty. Oh, and the bathroom is right there. Excellent. Alright, I guess this is my spot for the night. I thought I still had 1.5 miles to go. Now that's even funnier that I sat in the middle of the trail and had my lunch. Also, that's not a bad view. Wow.
Ignore the mileage count on this. My GPS flaked out partway through and added a few extra miles. It was not quite that far. So I finally made it to Todd Harbor. It felt like it was going to go on forever and ever and ever, and I kept thinking I should be done, and I wasn't, and then it snuck up on me, and there I was. My feet were really sore at the end of the day. They seemed to be getting worse day after day after day, and I thought it was the rocky terrain. I tried to be more careful with step placement, and nothing seemed to work. But I said this in an earlier episode, I did eventually discover my boots were causing problems for my feet. But it was not until after I returned home from this trip that I realized that was my issue.
It's beautiful in here. This is the fire pit area. Water access just below. And the one shelter here is just across. The tent sites look beautiful and they're very close to the water, some of them. Be tempted to take one, except I'm spoiled by the space of a shelter. I like being able to spread out and organize my things that way. My tent is very small. So, I am staking claim to the one shelter, which is also conveniently located by the outhouse. Spot 3. Sweet home. Out to Haytown Mile, Todd Harbor. There it is. There's another trail that goes this way. It's quite a view. So I came down by the water to eat, hoping that the bugs wouldn't be quite so bad. It's the flies that are a problem. I don't think they could be any worse than they are at the campsite. I should have known because there was a fly swatter in the shelter. And they are better. They are still down here, but not as bad.
As I sat down by the water, dragonflies came out and started eating the other bugs. I appreciated having my own army of bug zappers around me.
Currently sitting out by the water waiting for sunset. I have a front row seat. I think it's going to be amazing. There are no other people here. Some people showed up and they came and I talked to them for a few minutes. They swam and goofed around a bit and then they were moving on to Hatchet Lake. So they have left me alone. I am the only person in the whole campground.
2 other people did eventually show up. After a long day of hiking, they set up their tents and were in them pretty quickly as I enjoyed another amazing Isle Royale sunset. That's it for this episode. In the next one, I'll continue to Little Todd Harbor along the very wet and overgrown Minong Trail, and I'll have my first fall of the trip.
Only a little one.
Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications to know when the next episode comes out. Thanks for watching.